Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So from the title, I'm guessing you guys probably already know what this video will be about. It's going to be a story time with me on, yep, the time I got catfished back in my freshman year of college. And that was back when the show Catfished hadn't even came out yet. So it was like way before catfish was catfishing, before the term catfish even came around. This was before the end, because the show Catfish didn't come out until maybe a year or two after that. So yeah, so if you're interested in my story, stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, this happened my freshman year of college. Like, it was the first semester, I remember, and I don't know, I think I don't know, yeah, it was the first semester of college, and it was right before Christmas break, I believe. And so just one day, me and my roommate, we were just sitting in our room or whatnot, and we got this knock at the door. And it was no, it was after fall break, because the girl that did all of this moved in the second semester, so she was like our next door neighbor, like lived right across the way from us. And she knocked at our door, and she said she had found a note on the floor or no, she didn't find a note. She gave me a note that she said her friend had given to her to give to me, and her friend was a guy. And so we were just like, oh, okay. So I got the note and I read it. It was just basically talking about how he wanted to get to know me, and he saw me around campus and I was really beautiful, and like just all of that and whatnot. And so I'm like, okay, well, who is this guy? Or who is your friend? She's like, oh, his name is Miguel and so and he wants to meet you, and like me and him are super tight, and that's my boy and all of that. I'm like, okay. And so she proceeds to, I'm like, do you have a picture of him or something? Like, because I want to see a picture. So I'm like, okay, do you have a picture of him or anything? She's like, well, I'll just pull up his, what was it, Facebook at the time? Or, I don't think it was MySpace. I think it was Facebook or Twitter. No, it wasn't Twitter. Facebook, I think it was. And, so she got on there and she signed on and started showing me pictures of the guy. And the pictures that she was showing me, he was really cute. And I was like, oh, okay. So, blah, blah, does he go to state and all this stuff? And so she was telling me that he used to go to state, but then, I don't know, something happened where he just wasn't going to school there anymore. So he had to go back home. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, after all of that, she was showing me to him. She gave me his number. His number was in the piece of paper. He's like, oh, okay, well, text me and blah, blah, blah. So I texted him and whatnot. And so just kind of fast forward or whatever, I'm texting this guy. I mean, it's just like great conversation and whatnot and all of this. And so in the meantime, I'm still cool. Like, me and this girl, we got real cool. Me and my roommate and this girl, the girl that lives next door, she was like, oh yeah, blah blah, and we were friends, and we became real close, and she was really wanting to get real close to me. Like, I don't know, my roommate, she's kind of the type that if she doesn't know you, she's like real shy. She's not really gonna say much. But me and the other girl, we had kicked it off. We was cool. We was going out together. We was doing this, doing that, and she was real cool. And at first, so after all of that, I mean, it's months going, and I mean, cool. Like, we just cool. And then in the meantime, I'm still talking to this dude. I'm texting him, blah, blah, and whatnot. Like, we talking on the phone. Like, we are talking on the phone and all of this and everything. And I mean, I'm really starting to, like, dig this guy. I mean, like, I'm really starting to dig him. And so me and the girl cool, she kind of would tell me, you talked to Miguel today, you talked to him, what y'all texted about, oh, y'all so cute, I can't wait for y'all to meet and blah blah and all this. So, like, it was at the point me and this girl was really cool. We was going to class together. Like, she didn't even have my class. So she'd come sit in class with me so we could just hang out, blah, blah, all this stuff. And we cool. And it's just, stuff started to just kind of, I don't know, get weird. Like, she just wanted to hang out all the time. She was texting me and all this weird stuff. And so I'm still talking to this guy in the meantime. And I found out he had a daughter and he was doing this. And he'd be on campus and stuff. So she would text me and tell me, oh, well, so Miguel's on campus. And then he would also text me, like, oh, I'm here, blah, blah, I'm downstairs and blah, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come down there and see you. And then she's like, oh, well, never mind, he's gone now. This is the girl said. She's like, never mind, he left, he had to go somewhere. So this is where it kind of started to get kind of weird. My roommate, she kind of suspected something from the beginning. So, this is where I kind of started to kind of like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? And, so every time that he would end up saying, oh, I'm on campus, or I'm here, or I'm there, and I'm this, I'm like, okay, well, let me come see you, or whatnot. And he's like, well, no, I'm about to leave, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it's like every time he was there, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to come see you. Then he'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna go. So basically I just never got to see this guy. So that's crazy thing for me, number one. Like, why am I liking this dude? Why am I talking to this dude? And if I have never seen you, why am I giving my number to somebody who I've never seen? So we still talking and whatnot. I'm just not thinking of, like, maybe I just never get to see him. Okay, so this stuff keeps happening. It keeps going on, He's there, I can't see him. I go down there, no, nobody's there. And it's just her. So there was one time where, like, it just gets crazy and crazy about a moment that I, like, keep thinking back on this story. And there was one night that she texted me and she was like, oh my God, Miguel was in a car wreck or something like that, and he's in the hospital. And this is like months after me and the guy have been talking. Like, we've been talking like months. And I kind of felt something. I'm like, oh my God, is he okay? Is it blah, blah, blah? Okay, she tells me he's at the, she proceeds to tell me he's at the hospital in Columbus, which is, what, 25 miles, like right outside of Starkville, where I went to school. And so I'm just like, me and school, I'm freaking out. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm like freaking out at this point. So it's like a school night, and me and my friend, it's like midnight, me and my friend jump in my car and we go straight to Columbus. It's like 25 miles on a school night at midnight. I got a class in the morning, 8-9 o'clock class in the morning. So we drive out there and we all over this hospital. We like, do you know somebody named Miguel so-and-so? Do you know somebody named Miguel so-and-so here that signed in? And of course the lady, she's like, well, no, we don't have nobody checked in by that name. Mistake number one. We were like, okay, well, that can't be. Like, somebody called and said that Miguel was checked in here and he was in a car wreck and all this stuff had happened and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, no, we don't have any. We went around all that whole hospital looking for this guy. So after all of that, in the story, he wasn't there. So we go back, and of course I'm mad. I was like, well, why she tell me he in this hospital? It's the only hospital in Columbus, mind you not. Like, the city isn't that big, so this is the only hospital there. So we drive back. It's like 1-2 o'clock in the morning. I'm mad. So we walk in, and I'm trying to get to my room, and I see her and a group of friends in the lobby area, like where the TV is, where you just hang out. And they're just kind of laughing and playing around and stuff. Me and my roommate, we just walked upstairs and just kind of went on about our day and blah, blah. Clue number 2. So next morning, we just getting up, going to class like a regular day. And of course, I think I'm texting him and whatnot. Of course, he's saying, oh, I'm all right. And this happened and this happened. And I don't even remember what else like happened after that next day around. But, few days keep going on, and that's when my friend, she was like, okay, something is like wrong. Something is wrong. This is just not right. This is after a whole bunch of other stuff that kind of happened, like got back and forth. things like crazy stuff, like stuff that's just not adding up. Like one night we were at the club and I went with her. I went with the girl that I had became cool with, and we went to the club when there was some party going on. We went to the club one night, and I was the nice person I am, just kind of was like, hey, you want to come with us, and blah blah. So she did. Okay, we at the party, whatnot, hanging out. Okay, so I get, I think, back to my room or whatnot, and Miguel, the guy, he texts me and he is just mad, like just going off, like mad. And I'm like, what are you mad? Mad talking about I'm dancing with other guys and all these guys talking to me and blah blah blah. We were at a party, what? And I'm like, what? How did you even know that? Like, remember back, he didn't even go to like my school, not anymore at least. And like he proceeds. The crazy thing is, he proceeds to start sending me pictures of us at the party, like pictures of us dance, like pictures of me like with other people, like dancing with my friends and stuff like that, like pictures of me in the club. And I'm just like, what? Like that's where it just got crazy. And I'm just like, were you there and whatnot? Then he's like, no, but the girl, like remember back, the girl and him are like super cool. Like they are super cool. They talk every day and whatnot. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think back. He goes to tell me that she sent him pictures. Like the girl sent pictures to him. And I'm just like, what? Now, what is she? Because in the party, it wasn't nothing like, oh my God, I'm not going to like that. Oh, no, this, no, that. No, I mean, she was just like, we were all together just dancing, whatnot, just hanging out. And she sent the boy pictures of me. So he mad and he hot, he yelling at me and texting me and stuff. Like, mind you, I've been talking to this dude on the phone. Like, so he gets mad there and he hollering and stuff. And I'm just like, just tripping. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What is going on? Like, all of this. And so all of this goes on. That's just one of the other things that happened. And then some more stuff happened, like texting. So, this is where I kind of found out everything. This is where it kind of comes through. Like, my friend, she was already skeptical about the whole thing. But she's like, oh, she didn't want to say anything because she said she so I like the guy. He seemed cool or not. But this is where it got crazy. So the first thing, one day my friend, she was like, you know, this just don't seem right. This don't seem right at all. So she's like good at this stuff. Like when she doesn't feel like something's right, like something is not right. So she goes, she's like looking at his pictures and whatnot. She's like, why are these pictures? They look weird. They don't look right, blah, blah, blah. And this guy had pictures of a baby, like a baby. Like he had a little girl in there. She was so pretty. The baby had a name and everything. So she goes in her little mode. She starts going through stuff. She's like, this don't seem right. This don't seem right. It kind of put two and two together. She's like, well, why every time he's here, you go try to see him and then he's not there? And why is she always hanging out with him, but you can't ever see him? And blah, this and blah, this and blah. So she started to put two and two together. So we went on Facebook. She went and found mutual friends were friends with us, like had mutual friends. And somehow she came across this other guy's page that the girl was cool with. And it was this guy she went to high school with. We found his page. Went to his page. Lo and behold, the pictures that were on the guy Miguel's page were this guy's pictures. So, number one, the pictures weren't real. They were stolen for somebody else, and it was a fake Facebook page. Just to set up for this guy. When I found that out, I was like, oh, what? And I was like, are you serious? And then we just started to do some more digging. And it's like me, my roommate, and two other friends, guy friends. We in the room just fine. So she just digging. And I'm just sitting there like in shock. So first of all, we found out that wasn't his pictures. Second of all, the baby that he had on his pictures, like the baby that he was claiming was his daughter on his Facebook page, was some girl's page that went to their school too, and it was her daughter. But so her daddy was white. The baby was mixed. She was a black girl. The daddy was white, and I'm just like, what? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what? Okay, so the first, it's not him. Second, the child is not his. And then third, it's like this Facebook page is fake. So this guy is not, it's not real. And so once we found that out the next day, I'm like, okay. Oh, I think I had text her and I started kind of just asking her questions. But of course, she's like telling stories like, oh no, that's not true, or this isn't true, or I don't know. Got to the point where I was talking to his mama and had me talking. This girl had me doing some everything, and then I look back, I'm like, I'm so crazy for believing and dealing with this stuff for so long. So, anyways, it was I'm like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. One day she was in class with me, or I think I went to class with her, a music class with her, and I was just sitting there and I'm like, okay, this is after I found out the Facebook page was fake. So I'm in class with her, I get my phone and I text his number. I'm texting his number, right? His number. So I text his number, and why is it that her phone lit up? Right there. So I'm in class, and I'm supposed to, no, that was never mind, scratch that. That was a later part in the day. I was in class and I was texting his mom, because somehow me and his mom started talking, got cool. I was texting her, and I noticed that every time I would text, she'd be on her phone or whatever, and then I get a text back from her. And then the next day I text back, and then I kind of see her like kind of hide over, like, and look at her phone and whatnot and try to text back. Or text and stuff, and I kind of just like, why is it seemed like every time I text back, she get on her phone and text, and then she look up and whatever, and then I get a text and my phone rings, and I'm like, okay, all right. So class ends, and I walk away from her, like I don't even say anything to her. So we get back to the room later on that day. She texted me, the girl, she texted me as her, knocks on my door, says, you want to talk? She said, what's wrong? It seems like something is wrong with you. And I'm just like, I just came out with it. And I was like, oh, like, where's Meaghan? Are you acting? I just came straight out with it, like no cutting corners, no nothing. I was like, are you Miguel? Like, are you acting as Miguel? But yeah, like we're in the hallway, at the dorm hallway, and we just looking, and we out there talking. I'm like mad, like I'm just sitting there like just looking at her like this, and so she's just looking crazy, and she has a phone in her hand, and I was like, okay, I'm in my head, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, okay, hold on. So I text Miguel or whatever, and tell me why. This is when the time I said I text him, and then I looked at her phone. Her phone lights up. When her phone lit up, and I saw, this time when her phone lit up, I saw her phone and I saw my name come across that phone. I was like, oh my God. I'm sitting like, And that's just how I'm looking. I'm just like, just looking at her, trying not to pop this girl. And I'm just sitting there like, I saw it and I was like, I think I said, drop the F-bomb on her and said F you. And that's when I found out that she was actually this guy. So I'll go back and she's like, she gets so mad, baby. Like, I mean, livid. She starts hollering, I'm tired of y'all doing this to me. I'm tired of bitches lying on me. Y'all cute. He ain't fake. Y'all ain't fake. He real. He this, he that, and blah, and he this, and blah. And her friends in the hot room the guy friends had to come out and get her because she really didn't got, like, hyped and booked on me, and I broke back my room, closed the door, and I'm just, I'm flustered because I'm mad. I'm like, how can somebody play me like this? How can somebody play me that hard, that long? And to think that I was just going along with it, just like a dummy, like. But yeah, this girl hot. She mad. I go in my room and I'm just flustered. And my friend, she just mad and all this stuff. She like, I knew it, blah, 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 blah. So after all that, she mad. She mad, and then she gets mad at my roommate because my roommate kind of figured all of it out. And so she was mad at her. She was wanting to fight her for like a week and trying to get her to come places to try to fight her and all of that. But yeah, my friend, she hot. She ready to fight the girl too. Or whatnot. But this girl, she was always like all talk, all that. She's like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to do this. Trying to step at my friend in the parking lot. Trying to do all this stuff. But every time we passed by her, or every time my friend passed by her, she did not do anything. She just kind of walked by like a little coward. So she was basically all talk, no action. So after all of that, kind of long story short, this girl that moved in right next to us pretended to be this guy that I was talking to. And the crazy thing is, I was talking to this guy on the phone. Like, she told me he was from New York. He had the accent. He sounded like a guy. Like, to this day, I'm still clueless as to who I was talking to on the phone, and if it was her, how she changed her voice, like how did she get that accent, like all of that. I don't know. Like I said, to this day, I still don't know who I was talking to. But I do know I was texting her. So basically, she was pretending to be this guy I was texting, and I mean, we were texting like some crazy stuff, like talking about stuff, like it was just crazy, like that I'm talking, and it just. I felt so disgusted. I felt humiliated because I'm like disgusted because I'm talking to this girl like this. Like me and the guy was saying like, love you before you go not get love you, good night, stuff like that. And he would say stuff, guys, girl, they talk and stuff like. I'm like saying this stuff to this girl, and I'm like, I was talking to a girl, a female, but I think she was kind of, on the other side. She was kind of, I think she liked girls or whatnot. She didn't act like a girl. She kind of was a tomboyish type of thing, like real like that. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah. And the thing is, like I said, long story short, she was playing this guy that I was texting and talking to. She had made up this whole like another person in her head, and she truly believed that this person was true, because when I told her that he was a lie, he was not real. And there was multiple times that I told her after I found out, like, he is not real. What is wrong with you? This is not a real person. And the thing is, she kept trying to come at me with this guy for the longest after I found out, telling about this and telling about that, like he got shot and he died and all this. I'm like, girl, you really need to see like a psychiatrist or somebody, because you really think this person is real in your head and you are losing it. And come to find out, she's done this to multiple other girls before me. Deep, y'all, like, I'm not even like talking about any of the little stuff that went along. Like, she would tell me that he sent me money and she'd take me to go get my nails done. She'd buy me food, talking about it was money from him. And I'm just like, what? She was crazy. Like crazy. Like a crazy female. And like it got to the point my friend kind of filed a police report because she was threatening her. So we filed a police report on her, and I don't know if she moved out or what. I think she moved out because she did something. I don't know, but I was so glad that she went out. Like, this girl was crazy. Like, it was how she just came up with this person, and she started to believe that he was a real person and was telling everybody else that he was a real person. And I actually met another girl on campus, and me and her had became really good friends because she had did the same thing to her. Same guy, same story, same situation. And me and her, so one night me and her just, we kind of met online. I was like, talked about it one night. So we met up in person. And she lived in the dorm right next to me. And we talked about it and we were like, oh my God, this is crazy. And so she was telling me her story. I was telling her mine. And me and her became really good friends from that. And she really is about to go fight this girl. Like she was real deal to me. I was just like, I don't want to do with this girl. I don't want to see this girl. I want to talk to this girl. She crazy. Like she's crazy. I didn't want to. She wouldn't leave me alone. She wouldn't quit texting me. She wouldn't quit calling me. So I went up to AT&T and I went and got my number changed. So I had to get my number changed after all of that. And I had a friend on Instagram, or not Instagram, but Twitter, Facebook. I blocked her on all of that. I'm like, I didn't want nothing to do with her because I was so mad, so livid, so humiliated, disgusted, like everything. And I used to couldn't be like tell this story because I get so mad. But now I'm at the point where it's just kind of just like, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, Meaghan, like, what was wrong with you back then? How were you so stupid? Like, I feel like I was so stupid back then. But, yeah, and to this day, like, I done got to the point where I do not give nobody my number unless I have seen you in person or I see you in person before I give you my number. I ain't no giving my number out to on the line or to anybody to give to somebody or anything like that. I don't give my number out to anybody that I have not seen in person, like literally in front of me before. So I've definitely learned a great lesson there. And it's just something to look back on and like reflect and kind of just laugh at. But I just don't like thinking about it because I'm just like, ugh, gosh, like I just don't care for that girl. Like she did that to me and all these other girls that she's done that to. And like it's crazy. Like I don't even know how far like other people have gotten. And I was far in it. Like we were like months in, 4 or 5 months in. Like I went along with this. It's just crazy. It is so crazy. So just be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you give your number to. Just be wary of people. Yeah, that was the story about the time I was catfished. And I really hope you guys enjoyed my story. And hopefully I can come back to y'all with more crazy stories that I have. I don't know. My life's not too interesting like some of y'all's are. But if I think of something else, I will come back to you all with it. And like I said, like, comment, rate, and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. And there's much. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.